Destiny's story is unique to me. In 2014, Bungie introduced the world to a cinematic universe with characters and elements of nature that personally fascinated me. While many times I felt like they drew short in exploring this world in the actual game, recently developments have been made that have piqued my interest. I like to think I'm clever, but I know honestly, the stories aren't that hard to predict, such as Aldrin's return in Beyond Light, Mythrax forming his own group of Fallen to ally with us, and the Cabal being forced to join humanity in an effort against the Hive or the Darkness. But if I am correct in this next theory on the current events, it could be one of, if not the best piece of game storytelling Bungie has made for Destiny. To start our investigation, allow me to catch you up to speed with Destiny's story. Starting with the Lakshmi, previously known as Fallen, under the new banner, House of Light. These alien visitors have been at odds with humanity for what must be hundreds of years at this point. With the strategic mind of Zavala, the intuition of Ikora, the spontaneousness of Cade, and the might of the Guardians, humanity had put a stop to any plans the Fallen had and ended the lives of several key leaders in houses of Devils, Winter, Kings, Wolves, and Salvation. But now, for the first time in history, an official group was made known to humanity called House of Light, composed of Lakshmi, who wish to return to their noble roots and do not seek war. Only peace. Understandably, many were hesitant to allow them to enter the last city, but with the current dilemma above our heads, there wasn't much choice. The Vex are a cruel and equally effective armada of robots with capabilities we've only scratched the surface of. A recent discovery has been made about them. They can apparently block out the sun. Restricted to the last city only, the home of a large amount of humanity, the skies are clouded by Vex technology that blots out any sunlight. The exact goal of the Vex have been unclear, but that speculation could be for another time. What is important in this discussion is how the Lakshmi play their part. Mythrax, also known as Mythrax, is the leader of the House of Light. He is what is also known as a Splicer, a Lakshmi that specializes in foreign technology and manipulating it to their will. Mythrax seeks to ally with House of Light and the Vanguard, humanity's spearhead attack and defense force, in an effort to end the Eternal Night. This endeavor will be the largest official cooperation between a Lakshmi and humanity, setting a turning point in history, so to speak. There is someone who stands in the way of this, however, and her name is Lakshmi. Lakshmi, leader of the Future World Cult, opposes Mythrax and his residency in the last city. Between you and me, I wouldn't openly call my group a cult, but if the shoe fits. Future World Cult specializes in seeing visions of the potential future, so to speak, and a lot of times, it's very grim. Lakshmi has seen a future that she believes to be very clear, the last city in flames, people on the floor, and standing amongst the destruction, the House of Light.
House Light has never raised arms against humanity.
Your houses and titles are layers of politics. You're still fallen.
You promised us your protection.
And you've had it. We allowed your brood to squat and chitter here in our city. But still, the Vex simulation persists. If you're displeased with how you have been treated for your failure, then I suggest you camp elsewhere.
Lakshmi's kind of an ass. Despite her close-mindedness towards the Lakshmi, she is still trying to help the people of the last city in ways she believes is right, no matter how debatable those methods may be. Lakshmi is dedicated to stopping the future she foresaw, but I suspect she didn't understand the full picture. Here's where my theory comes into play. I believe in her efforts to prevent the future, Lakshmi is actually making it into a reality. The Future Roll Call can't help but blab on that they are using what we learn in our strikes against the Vex network to build something of their own.
With access to this network, I can finally unlock technology that's mystified us for centuries. Imagine what we could do with Vex portal technology. The data you're recovering from these missions is already yielding results. We hope to stabilize our first portal soon.
What the FWC's intentions are at the moment unclear, but I think it's a safe bet that it involves solving the Endless Night crisis and forcing the Elixni to leave the last city. I suspect this will end in a tragedy. Not to be a buzzkill, but there have been 3 instances of messing with Vex technology shown to us in the Destiny story, and spoiler alert, none of them ended well. Lakshmi might be opening the door and laying down the red carpet for the Vex to invade the last city. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the Vex's plan all along. If they can't breach the last city efficiently, then they'll create a crisis for us to solve that results in us opening a route past the defenses for them. The Vex are clever, albeit predictable. Unfortunately, even the tallest red flags are hidden behind hubris and the fear of those different than us. So what if the future Lakshmi preaches to come if nothing is done? The last city will be set on fire, and it will be her fault. The House of Light will be present, Mythrax specifically, and they will be defending it from the Vex. I predict Guardians will fight alongside Elixni in the city streets against Vex invaders, forming a bond of trust between humans and Elixni from then on out. Lakshmi, assuming she survives the attack, will probably become an outcast like Lysander. Future World Code may even be disbanded. When you focus too much on what's to come, you miss what's right in front of you. If my theory is correct, I believe this will be one of, if not the best storytelling in-game Bungie has provided us to Destiny, and it would set a bar for storytelling in the game to come. Or who knows, maybe it'll just be a lore card in a short cutscene. See you around, associates.